rise and grind, folks. Guys, I am on the way to a recall. I believe we was out here, maybe 2 weeks ago, and this was an existing customer. We did maintenance there like probably 4 or 5 years ago, but they had a brand new Lennox, I think 5-zone air handler and heat pump, and guys, the drains were backed up. So we flushed the drains, and yeah, I think the customer had a bunch of water on the floor, but he said that the AC stopped working, and we went downstairs and drains was backed up, and he had one of those easy trap float switches with the safeties, and as soon as he flushed the drains, the AC turned on. And then also we replaced the contactor outside. I think one of the legs on the contactor was like corroded, and we just replaced the contactor. Everything worked fine, but that was like 2 weeks ago. This customer called and said that I guess the unit stopped working again. I think when I was there, I spoke with the husband. I think the wife is there now. So, guys, I think this might be an educational call, but let's go take a look and let's see what's going on. I'll see y'all when I get there. All right, guys. Look at that. This puppy is frozen up. I just killed my power outside to the heat pump. I want to open this door up and see how bad this coil is. I got to make sure this coil is stalled out before we can further diagnose this unit. Let me open this up. I'll be back. Alright, guys. This coil is frozen solid. It's going to take about 30 minutes with the hair dryer for me to thaw this out. But once I thaw this coil out, we'll definitely get to the bottom of this. Alright, guys, let me make sure this is thawed out. And my drains are still good. And my pump is turned on, which is good. Alright, guys, let's wait for paint to dry, and let's wait until this thing thaws out. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Alright. This coil is pretty much thawed out. I'm gonna put the door on, and I think I turned 3 of the 5 thermostats on. I'm gonna turn the 5 thermostats on. I got my filter out. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna check the pressures. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. This is, what is this, 18 SEER? SL18, it's an 18 SEER, 2018 heat pump. And before, when I came out here, there was no need for me to check pressures because I had a 20-degree split across 2 different zones that was running. But look at this, guys. And let me turn my light off here, hold on. I turned this on about 5 minutes ago, and this is R410A. I'm at a 40-degree coil. High side is 350. I don't think we have a refrigerant problem, guys. I think this is an airflow problem. You know what I'm thinking? It's either one of 3 scenarios. Either something's going on with the damper, either the bypass dampers or one of the zone dampers. 2, my filter is dirty. Or 3, my blow motor inside is not running fast enough. I can definitely eliminate that ECM blow motor because, guys, once I took the door off, when I was starting out the coil, the fan speed slowed down, but as soon as I unthawed the coil and I put the door back on, the ECM blow motor revved right up. And I check airflow out of a few zones. Right now I have all 5 zones running. I check airflow out of all 5 zones, and all 5 zones, the supplies, I got strong airflow coming out. So I did take out that filter. The filter that they had in, the customer said that it was one of those high efficiency filters, and he hasn't replaced that filter in a while. But guys, like I said, when I got here, the unit wasn't working. The unit was off on, this is 2 weeks ago when we got here. This unit was off on flow protection because the drains were backed up. And as soon as I unclogged the drains and the float sensor dropped, that's when the unit turned on, and that's when I came outside. So nothing was frozen up when I got here. It's weird that this happened 2 weeks after we flushed the drain, but I'm probably just going to put in a brand new filter, and I could come back with another high efficiency filter, but just to use the process of elimination, I'm going to put a 1-inch filter in Well, actually a 3-month filter. I'm gonna put in the pleated, and I'm gonna let this run for like 2 weeks, and I'll let the customer know that if the freezing doesn't come back with that brand new filter in, then chances are it was just a dirty high efficiency filter. It wasn't a HEPA filter, but this definitely looks like a different brand of it's not Lennox brand, but this is just one of those filters that you can tell is definitely high efficiency. On one end it's dirty, but on the other end it's like solid black. But all I have on the trucks are pleated, so I'm gonna put a filter in now. I think it's a 20 by 25 by 1 I can put in, and then if everything holds up within 2 weeks, then I'll let the customer know. We can probably order one, or if they bought this before, they can just order another pleated filter, or another high efficiency filter, and that will get them by. But yeah, guys, I mean, first things first, whenever you guys are out here troubleshooting frozen AC units, you never want to troubleshoot a frozen unit. Make sure the evac coil is thawed out, because guys, one thing for sure, if the evac coil is frozen, your low side will never get above freezing. So, and that's even without it being low on refrigerant. Like if I would have kept that unit downstairs frozen up, and I would have turned this outdoor unit on with the coil frozen up, then my low side definitely would have been like under 100, which definitely would have caused a misdiagnosis, because I would have thought that maybe it's low on refrigerant. And as soon as I would have added refrigerant, nothing would have moved up. And then guys, as soon as I throw that coil out, I probably would have locked up the compressor due to high air pressure, due to it being overcharged. So guys, to sum up all that, make sure the unit is thawed out. I know sometimes, guys, you're not going to win that battle. You can easily tell the customer to turn off the AC unit, but a partially frozen AC unit will probably cool the house down to some degree to the customer's liking until you come out. So they're probably not going to turn the unit off. But the best thing you can do, if it takes 35 minutes, 45 minutes, or even if you can turn the heat on to save you some time, just make sure you thaw out the coil and confirm that the coil is not frozen downstairs, because that's 100% is going to come back to screw you over when you go to throw your gauges on, and you see the pressures being low and you think that it's a refrigerant problem. In reality, it's not. That the gauges are telling you that the evac coil is still frozen up. That's why it's below freezing. So guys, I've been there and done that. Trust me, like I said, that's the beauty of trial and error. You don't have to make every mistake. Just try to learn from other people's mistakes, and like I said, guys, you'll be that much better off. But everything's rocking and rolling. I'm just going to slap a new 20 by 25 by 1 filter. And yeah, guys, I know from experience, if this thing was frozen up, right now it's about almost 90 degrees outside. We're sitting well above a 40-degree coil. The fact that it's so hot outside and it's definitely humid, the humidity is certainly typical of what you'll see on a July day. But right now it's definitely a heat load inside. So if this unit was indeed low on refrigerant, for one, I would have seen it on the gauges, and two, it definitely would have froze up by now. But all right, guys, let me pack this up and I'll meet you guys back around the corner. I'll be right back. All right, guys, here's my wind up and my pitch. Everything's rocking and rolling. See that? It was definitely frozen up when we got here. I just checked my 20-degree splits from every single zone right behind the unit here. And I gotta watch where I step, because there's a bunch of drop-ins near me. But every single zone, I got a 20-degree split. And I could have sworn I asked the customer about this and he said he replaced this. But guys, I chalked this up as my bad. I definitely should have checked this the first time I was here. But he actually doesn't even know the last time he replaced his filter. But I put that 20 by 25 by 1 in there. And if they want to get the same thing they had, or even put another 20 by 25 by 1 in there, it will still work. But regardless of what filter size, well, what style of filter they use, whether it be a 3-month or a 1-year filter, it's important for them to know where and how often you got to replace that filter, because that didn't accumulate over a year. That much I can guarantee you. Yeah, guys, compound problems do happen. You just got to take your time. Once again, I chalked this up as my bad here. Like I said, I assume, based on what he was telling me, if he takes care of the filter, I thought that filter was clean. But Guess not, guys. And these are, this is my zone panel here, the zone boards. Everything is still copacetic. We're good here. Power open, power closed. All right, guys. I packed everything up outside and I gotta get going. It's gonna be a long night. I got another job to get to. But all right, guys, let me type up the report, or let me write up the report, and we're good to go here. There you have it, no AC recall. We found a dirty filter, and yep, you win some, you lose some, but I'm glad this is a simple fix. This wasn't anything we had to order. We got this customer up and going. But there you have it. Peace out. I'll see you on the next one.